Hey everybody, so in today's quick tip video, we're going to talk about text and fonts, and let's go ahead and jump right into it. So to begin with, where do you find text or how do you create text? You can go to Create 2D and Text, and in here you can type in any text that you may want. You can use Windows TrueType fonts or open fonts that are installed on your computer, and you can adjust the size of them. You can copy and paste text into here. You have some standard left justified, center, right justified, if you're engraving paragraphs and things like that. But let's say you have some text on your screen, and what you want to do is you want to change the font for it, okay? So how do you do that? You just go to select, you select the text. You'll know it's text if you can click it one time and all the text highlights. If you've already exploded it and broken it into lines or arcs, you won't be able to do this, okay? So you select the text, you right click, you go to Entity Modify, and from here you can pick through the list and choose any of the fonts that you want to work with. You get a preview of it as you go. And again, these are any of the installed true or open type fonts. If you're a plasma or a shape cutter, look for stencil style fonts. So it makes it easier to deal with drop and things like that. All right, so this is how you change your font. You just click OK after you choose the font, and there you go. All right. The next thing we want to talk about is centerline fonts. So if you notice these fonts here, we have double lines. You have a outside, inside shape, so it has to go around the letter in order to engrave it versus just going down the center. So if you're looking for an efficient part marking, uh, notation on a fixture setup or a part number, centerline font's a good way to go. So let's look at what your options are there. So again, you can change the font by going to select the font, right click, and then go to Entity Modify or select the text. From here, instead of being a Windows font, we're going to go to BobCAD fonts. Okay, and with the BobCAD fonts, there's a number of AFNT fonts. These are some of BobCAD's original fonts. And you'll notice some of these are going to be centerline fonts where it's just a single line that goes down the center. You'll notice the BobCAD default font is a very good engraving font. And then there's some other ones in here as well that you could utilize. Okay, so for our example, we're going to go to the BobCAD default. This is probably the best single line font you can use just for some part numbers and things like that. All right, now the next thing we want to look at is putting text along a curve. So if we look at our first shape here, maybe we want some text around the outside of this shape. So how do we do that? All right, we're going to go to Create 2D, and we're going to do Text, Fit Text to a Curve. All right, this will allow us to select our text, and then we can select the curve that we're going to fit it to. So I'm going to select this open area from there to here, and you'll notice that it puts the text along this side. All right, so we have some options here. You can adjust how far away the text is from the curve that you select. All right. You can adjust how far it starts. So if you need to indent it a little bit, you could do that. All right. You could also say a line to pass. So at start, at middle, or at end. So you have a couple of options here. So we'll do this first one at start. All right. If we want to do this next one here, again, if we select the line or the path in the other direction, you can see it goes on the other side of the line. If we reverse it, you'll see it will switch to the outside. Okay. So, and again, in this case, we might want it to be on the end. So we have BobCAD on the start, and then we can put BobCAD on the end in order to get our text over there. All right. The next thing we might want to do is put it on a circle. Okay. So if you look at the circle, you can see this one I've broken into 4 pieces. All right. The reason why I do that is when fitting it to a circle, right, we may want it to be on this top half of the circle, right? Or, maybe we want it to be on the bottom half of the circle. And by breaking the circle, we can control that. Maybe we want the text to read right to left, or maybe we want the text to read left to right. Okay, so you can adjust. Um, I don't think I said that right, but you can adjust what side of the text you want it, again, by controlling that chain. And what I did is I broke this arc in order to accomplish that. All right, the next one is just this line here. So the same process works. We're going to do text, fit text to curve. We'll select our text. All right, then we're going to select our curve. And again, you can adjust start, middle, or end. All right, so those are the quick tips that I have for you here today. If you have any questions about fitting text to a curve or engraving, or if there's any features in the CAD side of the software you'd like to see for fonts, go ahead and comment that wherever this video is posted. Otherwise, don't forget to sign up for this week's training event. It's today at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a live event. It goes for 2 hours, and the topic is 2D CAD and milling. So we'll see you over there.